Have you ever heard of the abominable snowman or Yeti? They are believed to live in the snowy landscapes of the Himalayas. There are also many popular myths and legends about them. Want to know some interesting facts about the Himalayas? Well, you have come to the right place. The mystical Himalayas have captivated the imaginations of many worldwide. Their towering size, enchanting beauty, and geographical structure are a true marvel of nature. The collision of the Indian plate with the Eurasian plates created the Himalayas some 50 million years ago. Himalaya is derived from Sanskrit and translates into abode of snow. The Himalayas are also known as the roof of the world, as they are one of the greatest wonders in the world. Kyanjin Gompa, also known as the monastery at the centre of the Mandala, is the largest monastery in Spiti and holds great spiritual significance. It is home to the revered reincarnations of Lochen Rinchen Zangpo, also known as the Great Translator, who lived from 958 to 1055 AD. Perched like a crown on a rugged hilltop, Kyanjin Monastery is an architectural marvel built in the traditional Posada style, resembling a fortified Tibetan castle. Its multi-tiered structure consists of irregular box-like rooms stacked haphazardly atop one another, connected by winding staircase, dimly lit corridors, and hidden courtyards, each corner revealing a story etched in time. Designed to withstand both the harsh Himalayan climate and historic invasions, the monastery's structure is as resilient as the faith it shelters. The monastery is home to approximately 200 monks who receive a secular and religious education up to the 10th grade before going on to more advanced Buddhist teachings. The spiritual education bestowed here is held in the highest esteem, and it nurtures these monks' souls to reach enlightenment and lead a life of spiritual fulfillment. The monastery's cultural heartbeat is most vibrant during festivals like Cham, where monks perform masked dances in elaborate costumes. Rituals that celebrate good triumphing over evil and mark important dates on the Tibetan calendar. Before we head to the next spot, here's a fun question. Who was the first person to successfully reach the summit of Mount Everest in 1953? Comment your answer. Built in the 12th century, it was once the capital of the Spiti Kingdom and served as a crucial religious and administrative centre. Dhankar Monastery is one of Spiti Valley's most iconic Buddhist sites. Perched dramatically on a cliff overlooking the confluence of the Spiti and Pin rivers. The monastery's striking location offers jaw-dropping panoramic views of rugged Himalayan landscapes, making it a must-visit for history buffs, trekkers and spiritual seekers alike. This 300-metre complex is situated at almost 4,000 metres above sea level and overlooks the confluence to the Pin and Spiti rivers in the majestic Spiti Valley. Formerly the seat of power to the Nonos, the traditional kings of the Spiti Valley in the 17th century. This monastery was built along the designs of the Fort Monastery, found on the central Tibetan Plateau region, and was listed in 2006 as one of the 100 most endangered sites in the world, according to the World Monuments Fund. The Dhankar Monastery was referred to as the Lobuche Gompa, according to ancient text, and was at that time named after its founder, Lahaul, a high priest or lama who lived around the 12th century, and was one of the main teachers of the Gelug sect, whose head is now His Holiness the Dalai Lama. The monastery is also home to a large collection of Buddhist art and scripture, including some historic thangkas, which are Tibetan Buddhist paintings on silk depicting the Buddha and other deities, and were used to teach the young monks about the life and teachings of Buddha. The ancient architecture of Dhankar is a sight to behold. The monastery is a fine example of traditional Himalayan construction, with its mud brick walls and intricate woodwork. The monastery's precarious location on the cliff adds to its charm, offering panoramic views of the Spiti Valley that are nothing short of mesmerizing. If you want to conquer the world's highest mountain, don't turn off this video, because the next destination is it. We'll give you some interesting information. Mount Everest is the Earth's highest mountain. It is located in the Mahalanga section of the Himalayas. Its peak is 8,848 metres above sea level and is the fifth furthest point from the centre of the Earth. The international border between China and Nepal runs across the precise summit point. In the 19th century, the mountain was named after George Everest, a former Surveyor General of India. The Tibetan name is Chomolungma, which means Mother Goddess of the World. The Nepali name is Sagarmatha, which has various meanings. The Himalayan mountains have long been home to indigenous groups living in the valleys. The most famous of these are the Sherpa people. The word Sherpa is often used to mean mountain guide, though it actually refers to an ethnic group. The Sherpa have valuable experience in mountain climbing, which they can provide to other climbers. Most climbs of Everest would be impossible without the Sherpa's logistical help and knowledge. However, their way of life extends beyond helping Everest climbers. Traditionally, their lifestyle has consisted of farming, herding, and trade. And because they live at such a high altitude year-round, they are accustomed to the low oxygen levels. Mount Everest attracts many highly experienced mountaineers, as well as capable climbers willing to hire professional guides. There are two main climbing routes, one approaching the summit from the southeast in Nepal, and the other from the north in Tibet. The summit of Everest is the point at which the Earth's surface reaches the greatest distance above sea level. How high do you think you can climb? If you're watching this, please click the subscribe button in the corner of the screen. It's completely free, but it means a lot to us. Almost 600 people have been on the summit of Pumori since 1962. Pumori has one of the treasured views of Mount Everest and an amazing view of Tibet, including Rongbuk Glacier. The peak has been climbed from the southeast and southwest. However, southeast is the normal climbing route. At the coordinates of 28 degrees, 0 minutes, 53 seconds north, longitude, and 86 degrees, 49 minutes, 41 seconds east latitude. Both spring and autumn season is suitable for climbing. In the Himalayas, the melodious chanting of prayers is carried on the wind. As you hike along the Everest Base Camp Trail, you'll be greeted by a vast monastery surrounded by snow-capped mountains. This is Tengboche Monastery, where mountain adventure and inner peace meet. This is Tengboche Monastery, where mountain adventure and inner peace meet. Strategically located on the route to Everest Base Camp, the monastery is both a sacred pilgrimage site and a spiritual stop on the highlands for hikers and mountaineers. For hikers, this hilltop sanctuary is not only a place to admire the majestic mountain scenery, but also a peaceful haven for reflection and deep cultural understanding. Tengboche Monastery has a rich history intertwined with the Sherpa culture of Khumbu. Lama Galu, a devout Nyingma Buddhist monk, founded the monastery in 1916, following a prophecy that it would become a sacred site. In fact, according to a local legend, Lama Sangwa Dorje in the 17th century meditated on this mountain range and is said to have left his footprints on the rocks, foretelling the future founding of the monastery. Tengboche soon became a spiritual centre for the Sherpa people. And monks from nearby villages began to gather there for religious education and participation in community rituals. The Annapurna Range is a series of peaks stretching 55 kilometres, with the highest point, Mount Annapurna 1, being the 10th highest summit in the world. It lies east of a great gorge cut through the Himalaya by the Kali Gandaki River, which separates it from the other large massif, the Dhaulagiri. In Hinduism, Annapurna is venerated as the goddess of nourishment and sustenance, representing the essential elements needed for life. She is often seen as an incarnation of goddess Parvati, who is the partner of Lord Shiva. As per well-known myths and stories, Annapurna is considered one of the daughters of Himavat, the king of the mountains. This deep-rooted bond deeply ties her to the stunning Himalayan terrain, highlighting her significance within that awe-inspiring environment. The rivers flowing through the Annapurna range strongly represent the goddess's essential role as a nurturer and provider for the nearby communities. This remarkable natural system promotes a harmonious relationship between the goddess, the rivers, and the communities that flourish in her shadow. Several factors contribute to its high fatality rate, making it a significant challenge even for experienced mountaineers. As of December 2024, Annapurna 1 has seen 514 successful summits and 73 fatalities, leading to a fatality to summit ratio of about 14.2%. This statistic highlights the perils of climbing this peak. Annapurna is famous for its frequent avalanches, which present a danger to climbers. These sudden events can unleash massive amounts of snow and ice, overwhelming climbers and disrupting their plans. Additionally, the mountain's weather is unpredictable, often shifting dramatically within hours as storms roll in, bringing heavy snowfall, strong winds, and reduced visibility. What location would you like to see in the next video? Let me know in the comments and we'll explore together. Mount Amadablam is a majestic mountain in the Everest region of Nepal. Its name, Ama Dablam, translates to Mother's Necklace, symbolising the mountain's double-edged ridges, resembling a mother's arms embracing her child, and a traditional pendant containing pictures of gods. Though Ama Dablam, altitude of 6,812 metres, is not among the highest peaks in the region, it is undoubtedly one of the most striking and challenging mountains to climb. Due to Ama Dablam Mountain's physical similarity to the Matterhorn mountain in the Alps, Ama Dablam is also called the Matterhorn of the Himalayas. Interestingly, the 1 rupee Nepalese banknote features the Ama Dablam mountain. Ama Dablam is characterized by its sharp, exposed ridges and steep faces. This mountain's iconic southwest ridge rises like a shark fin, making it a visually striking feature against the Himalayan skyline. The mountain is part of the Mahalangur Range and lies south of Everest and Lhotse, providing climbers with breathtaking panoramic views of these giants. Local people honour this mountain as they view it as a cultural symbol of power and defence. Mountain climbers need to pass through steep ice walls, exposed ridges, and unpredictable weather hazards. Excellent technical capabilities and strong endurance at high altitudes are necessary to climb this mountain. The altitude of Ama Dablam, reaching over 6,800 metres, poses significant challenges to climbers. The reduced oxygen levels at such altitudes require careful acclimatisation and expertise in handling high altitude conditions. The technical nature of the climb, coupled with unpredictable weather in the Himalayas, adds an element of risk and excitement to the expedition. To climb Mount Ama Dablam, you must be very fit. You can enhance your fitness by participating in strength and endurance training. We also recommend mountaineering classes that teach you ice axe use and abseiling. If you've been here before, comment number 1. If not, comment number 5. Shomare is a village in Khumbu, Pasanglamhu, Solukhumbu, Koshi province, and has an elevation of 4,060 metres. Shomare is situated nearby to the hamlet Churo, as well as near the village Milingo. It is popular with trekkers on the way to Everest Base Camp, offering basic lodges and stunning views of Mount Everest and the Himalayas. It's a resting point known for its rugged beauty and mountain vistas, providing essential accommodation as adventurers ascend to higher altitudes. The village's quiet setting and thin mountain air create a peaceful atmosphere, allowing trekkers to recover and acclimatise before continuing their journey. It offers an authentic Himalayan experience, far from modern distractions. Humde is a village in the Manang district of the Gandaki zone in Nepal. It is situated in the Himalayas and is part of the Annapurna circuit, a renowned trekking route. The village is known for its small airport, Humde Airport, which serves as a gateway for trekkers and adventurers exploring the Annapurna region. It is the highest airport in Nepal and the world at 3,353 metres. Sadly, since 2019, there have been no flights to this airport despite the government promise to resume services. This is partly due to COVID-19 and the slow return of tourism to the country. The area is characterised by its stunning mountain landscapes and traditional Tibetan culture. Due to its remote location, Humde has a small population. and its economy is primarily based on tourism and agriculture. Kyanjin Gompa. Nepal is one of the cooler villages we've stayed in while trekking. Usually the only thing to do is rest after a long day of walking, but in Kyanjin there are tons of great things to do and lots of side treks to choose from depending on the difficulty level you'd like. From technical peak climbing to short walks, there's something for everyone. The name Kyanjin comes from a local myth that Kyanjin Gompa was built on a rock that looked like camel ribs. Buddha Stupa, also known as Boudhanath, Kasti Chaitya and Ksa Chaitya, stands as an architectural wonder and a spiritual icon in the heart of Kathmandu, Nepal. Nestled approximately 11 kilometres to the northeast of the city centre, this massive stupa boasts a mandala design. That ranks it among the largest spherical stupas in Nepal and across the globe. The rich history of Buddha Stupa finds its roots in the deep layers of Nepalese and Tibetan traditions. Believed to enshrine the sacred relics of Kasapa Buddha, the stupa's importance transcends borders. It is strategically located on the ancient trade route from Tibet, where travellers would enter the Kathmandu Valley via the village of Sanku in the northeast corner, which adorn its imposing structure. These eyes, painted on all four sides of the stupa, are often described as inscrutable, impassive, empathetic, and shrewd. Tibetan merchants have long considered Buddha Stupa a place of respite and devotion. This connection gained further significance following the 1959 Tibetan uprising, which led to a substantial influx of Tibetan refugees into Nepal. In 1979, Buddha Stupa earned the distinguished title of a UNESCO World Heritage Site, solidifying its global significance. It offers opportunities to explore nearby monasteries and local markets and to enjoy cultural and religious festivals throughout the year, such as Tibetan New Year, Buddha Jayanti, and the Boudhanath Stupa Festival. Khangshar Village, traditionally called Ngaba, is one of those places you don't hear much about. However, once you get into the village, explore and be part of it, you wonder how it stayed hidden. Located in the remote Manang district, Khangshar is a traditional Himalayan village away from the busy parts of the Annapurna circuit. Although hidden, the village carries the untouched charm of Nepal. It is a quiet, traditional village where people still live in old-style stone houses, surrounded by mountain peaks and open valleys. The calm nature, friendly locals, rich culture, and simple mountain life are what make the village stand out, even though it is hidden. Despite Khangshar being a hidden gem, it plays a vital role in the region's trekking route. It lies on the way to Tilicho Lake and connects smoothly to the Annapurna Circuit Trail. Indeed, the Annapurna Circuit is very popular. Most trekkers pass through Manang and do not visit Khangshar at all, as they are rarely aware of the village. It has proper houses, farming terraces, monasteries, and a small but active community. For trekkers, Khangshar is especially important because it is the last place with reliable infrastructure before entering the remote upper region. Ghandruk, at 1,940 metres, is a village inside the Annapurna Sanctuary in the Kaski district of the Gandaki province of Nepal. It is strategically positioned on a hillside with stunning views of the surrounding Himalayan peaks, making it a must-visit destination for trekkers and culture enthusiasts. Most trekkers stop at Ghandruk as they trek the Annapurna region, mainly Annapurna Base Camp, Annapurna Circuit and Mardi Himal. Historians believe Mongolians via Tibet entered Nepal and built their settlement at Ghandruk. Historically, Ghandruk has served as a crucial stop on the ancient trading route between Nepal and Tibet. The village has a rich history of Gurkha soldiers who valiantly served in the British and Indian armies of Drak, earning a reputation for their bravery and resilience. The village is adorned with traditional gurung houses, often built with stone and featuring intricately carved wooden windows and doors. The houses of Ghandruk were built by laying stones, and locals call it Dungeni village. Pokhara's tranquil beauty has been the subject of inspiration for many travel writers. Blue lakes and surrounding greenery make it the jewel in the Himalaya, a place of remarkable natural disposition. Pokhara Valley, gateway to the Annapurna region, where many a trekker finds his Shangri-La, sits high on the list of must-visit places in Nepal. Pokhara has a rich history. It used to be an important trade route between India and Tibet. This history brought different cultural influences to the city. The Gurung, Magar, and Thakali communities who live in the area shaped Pokhara's culture with their traditions and food. Over time, Pokhara changed from a small town to one of the most popular tourist destinations in Nepal. Pokhara once lay on the important trade route between India and Tibet. To this day, mule trains set up camps on the city outskirts, bringing goods from remote Himalayan regions, including mustang. Gurungs and Magars, who have earned worldwide fame as fierce Gurkha warriors, are predominant here. Thakalis, indigenous of the Thak Kola region of Mustang, are known for their entrepreneurship and run tea houses along the trek routes in the Annapurna region. Pokhara is a dream place for nature lovers. The city's natural beauty, from Fewa Lake to the towering Annapurna range, is amazing. Imagine taking a peaceful boat ride on Fewa Lake with the green hills and Makaputra Mountain reflected on the water. There are many hiking and trekking opportunities in Pokhara. It is the starting point for famous treks like the Annapurna Circuit and Poon Hill, where trekkers enjoy breathtaking views of the Himalayas. The peaceful countryside, full of small villages and terraced farms, is perfect for exploring. From the far north to the far south, including the Fewa Lake, Sarangkot Peak provides a panoramic view of Pokhara. Tourists drive up the hill to see the sunrise from the top of the hill's view tower. Sarangkot provides a relaxing and admiring the breathtaking views of the mountains on one side and Fewa Lake on the other. Sarangkot has just been considered one of the top paragliding destinations in the world. Travellers now can quench their adrenaline thirst by participating in activities such as hiking, ziplining, birdwatching and paragliding from Sarangkot, to name a few. From Sarangkot, the vista of the Annapurna Himalaya is mystical. Paragliding from Sarangkot to Lakeside, Sarangkot Sunrise and Sunset Tour, panoramic view of the mountains. Sarangkot Zipline and bird watching are some of the major tourist attractions of Sarangkot. As you trek to Ghepan Lake at about 14,000 feet, you witness a long, inky blue lake, closed on all sides by mountains like an open cave. The trek to the lake is a treat. Barren mountains of Lahaul, with snow-covered peaks surrounding you. Glacial waterfalls coming down from these mountains. Contrasting lush green valleys and ridges, the scenery is stunning. This relatively easy trail, which hasn't been walked by many trekkers, takes you through narrow shepherd trails and holds all the features of a leisurely trek with neuron-activating view. Imagine ice hangs casually in the middle of a neon blue glacial lake. In the backdrop of massive meadows littered with all kinds of colours. In the heart of the majestic Western Himalayas, Himachal is a land known as Dev Bhumi. Revered as the divine abode of numerous gods and goddesses. Throughout the state, one can discover an enchanting fusion of stone and wood temples, each narrating a unique tale of spirituality and devotion. The culture of Himachal is woven with intricate traditions and celebrations, rendering it a truly unparalleled destination. Embraced by mysterious valleys, formidable cliffs, ancient glaciers, and towering pine forests, Himachal embodies a symphony of nature's grandeur. Its rivers and diverse flora and fauna add further depth to this splendid melody. The allure of Himachal extends beyond its spiritual aura, encompassing natural hot water springs, storied forts, lakes crafted by both nature and human ingenuity, and the timeless sight of shepherds tending to their flocks amidst the scenic vistas. Spiti Valley is a microcosm untouched by time. It is a place where centuries-old living heritage thrives amid landscapes so surreal they seem plucked from another planet. Tucked away in the remote Himalayas of northern India, this isolated region is a realm unto itself. If you're willing to explore this mystical region with ease, Spiti Valley packages provide well-curated itineraries that cover its iconic spots and hidden gems. As you navigate the winding mountain roads, the scenery transforms into a lunar-like expanse. Barren peaks and sculpted rock formations stretch as far as the eye can see. At an elevation of 12,500 feet in Himachal Pradesh, Spiti invites you to explore its picture-perfect villages. Mesmerising moonscapes, sacred shrines, challenging trekking trails, and mirror-like Himalayan lakes. The journey here is not for the faint-hearted, but the breathtaking vistas of the cold desert and snow-capped peaks make it all worthwhile. The best time to visit Lahaul Spiti Valley is through the months of June to September. The average temperature is around 25 degrees Celsius during the day, which is pleasant enough to visit attractions and go about. Yet Spiti caters to more than just the spiritually inclined. The valley is a playground for adventure seekers, offering prime terrain for road trips. Off-roading, trekking, camping, and even river rafting along the Spiti River. The valley harbours another treasured bounty, its wildlife. During winters, Spiti Valley gets transformed into a winter wonderland with its mountains and valleys covered in powdery snow and frozen lakes. Perfect for winter travellers to experience the winter magic. Most of the roads are closed due to snowfall during this time. Thus, Spiti Valley can be approached from the Shimla side. Come, let's explore this gorgeous gem of the Himalayas, aptly described by Rudyard Kipling as a world within a world. Amidst the awe-inspiring landscapes of Himachal Pradesh's Kinnaur district lies Chitkul, a village that beckons travellers in search of an authentic Himalayan experience. This charming village, perched at an altitude of around 3,450 metres above sea level, seamlessly weaves together the wonders of nature, a rich cultural heritage, and thrilling adventures. As you embark on a journey to Chitkul, you'll find yourself immersed in a world where pristine landscapes, vibrant traditions, and sustainable living come together to create a unique and unforgettable destination. The village offers a mesmerising view of the Himalayan mountains that leaves visitors in awe of nature's magnificence. The village actively participates in afforestation and reforestation efforts, planting native trees to restore degraded lands and enhance biodiversity. Sustainable agriculture practices, minimising pesticide use and promoting organic farming, protect the soil and prevent water pollution. The community ardently opposes plastic use, advocating for eco-friendly alternatives to safeguard the environment. Located at an altitude of approximately 3,440 metres, this beautiful lake is fed by the Gangapurna Glacial, which descends from the majestic Gangapurna Peak, standing at 7,455 metres above sea level. The lake is renowned for its striking turquoise waters, which reflect the towering peaks surrounding it, creating a breathtaking visual. Gangapurna Lake is part of a dynamic glacial ecosystem that has been shaped by the continuous movement and melting of glaciers in the region. The lake's formation is attributed to the accumulation of meltwater from the Gangapurna Glacier and other nearby glaciers. As temperatures rise due to climate change, the glacier retreats, contributing to the lake's growth. This phenomenon is not unique to Gangapurna. Many glacial lakes in the Himalayas are experiencing similar changes, raising concerns about water levels and potential outburst floods. The memorials of those climbers who have lost their lives during the Everest summit are increasing in Thukla Pass. The family members have set up these memorials and are well-wishers of the climbers. Most of the monuments are appropriately made of cement and stones. Here, these properly built memorials are not scientific and suitable for the environment. According to the resident of Khumbu, Jangbu Sherpa, it is not that one cannot create a monument here, but it should be simple, environment-friendly, made with stone only. Nangkartshang Peak is a spectacular viewpoint in Khumbu. This peak is called by the name of the centenary-old Nangkartshang Monastery, located just below the Nangkartshang Peak. Nangkartshang Peak rises from the corner of the Tengboche village. If we look northern side of Tengboche along the way to Everest Base Camp Trek Trail, The ridge gradually expanses from the stupa, gaining elevation higher up to the 5,615 metres, with the Black Rocky Tower as sub-peak just below the Focalde Peak. Sometimes this peak is called Tengboche Viewpoint, also due to the wonderful Tengboche Valley view. However, the trail can get access up to 5,083 metres. For trekkers who already visited the Khumbu region and would like to hike over 5,000 metres, Nangkartshang Peak is the best option. Nowadays, Nangkartshang Peak is not only a side trip, but it is also popular as a trekking destination. Tilicho Base Camp Trek lies in the Annapurna range of the central Nepal Himalaya. Stretching about 2.5 miles wide, it lies at the base of the Tilicho Peak. Tilicho Base Camp Trek is another mystical and romantic trekking destination in Nepal. Tilicho Base Camp Trekleys, south of Thorong La, between Manang and Jomsom. In the past, this trek has been considered off-limits, being part of a military training area. However, recently it was realised that the restrictions apply only to part of the area. And so it is still possible to trek there without entering the restricted region. Very few people realise this. Tilicho Lake trekking route goes along the Ma Shangdi River and gorge through the remote valley of Manang. Also known as the district behind the mountains, to crest the arid, windswept northern flank of Annapurna at the Thorong La. High in the priority list of trekkers, the Everest Base Camp is one of the most visited regions in the Himalaya. The 2-week trek starts and finishes at Lukla, an airstrip to the south of the region, also known as the Gateway to Everest. Climbers typically rest at base camp for several days for acclimatization to reduce the risk of altitude sickness. Lobuche Village is a high-altitude settlement that rises 4,940 metres above sea level in the Khumbu region of Nepal. This overnight stop lies along the classic Everest base camp trekking route between Tengboche and Gorakshep. Additionally, it is nestled at the foot of Lobuche East and Lobuche West. So, it naturally serves as a base camp for peak climbing on these 2 peaks in the Everest region. Surrounded by iconic peaks like Mount Everest, Lhotse, Nuptse and Amma Dablam, the village itself is stark and rugged. It also lies near the Khumbu Glacier, so you can see rocky moraines which are remnants of glaciers. Solukhumbu district is one of 14 districts in eastern Nepal's province number 1. It is made up of the Solu and Khumbu sub-regions, as the name suggests. In the early and Middle Ages, Solukhumbu was a member of the Karata kingdoms. What is now Solukhumbu district was part of Majkirat's Chaudandi, before Gorkha's king unified Nepal. The king of Gorkha invaded and absorbed it into Nepal in 1773 AD. The main ethnic groups in the mid-hills are the indigenous ethnic Kulung, Kirat Rai, and hill caste Chetri, while Sherpas live in the high mountains. The Solukhumbu Trail is a popular hiking trail in the area. In the world of mountain tourism, the Solukhumbu district is a well-known name. Monjo is a small village in Nepal's Everest region. It lies at an elevation of about 2,835. It is an important entrance point for trekkers heading to Everest Base Camp. It lies just short of the entrance to Sagarmatha National Park, a UNESCO World Heritage Site. The village is surrounded by stone houses, prayer mani walls, and Buddhist prayer flags. Trekkers get to experience firsthand local life and hospitality. Monjo residents warmly receive trekkers who trek through. Tilicho Lake is a hidden treasure in Nepal's Annapurna region that amazes adventurers, photographers, and spiritual seekers. Sitting at a breathtaking height of 4,919 metres, it is one of the highest alpine lakes in the world. But Tilicho Lake isn't just a high-altitude lake. It's a place of stunning beauty, thrilling adventure, and deep spiritual meaning. Picture a huge turquoise lake that shines like a sapphire under the clear Himalayan sky. Snowy peaks stand tall around it, their reflections turning the lake into a magical mirror. This isn't just another lake, it's a wonder of the Himalayas, untouched and perfect, yet increasingly popular with visitors. What makes Tilicho Lake special? Is it the tough trek to reach it, the incredible views, or the feeling of being far away from the world? The truth is, it's all of these things. Visiting Tilicho Lake is an unforgettable experience that stays with you long after your trek is over. Found in the Annapurna Conservation Area, Tilicho Lake is a detour from the Annapurna Circuit Trek. The period most widely recommended by mountaineering experts and seasoned trekkers is the autumn season, which typically runs from mid-September through to late November. During these months, the monsoon rains have usually abated, resulting in remarkably clear atmospheric conditions. Daytime temperatures are generally moderate and pleasant for trekking, although nights at higher altitudes will invariably be cold. Manang is a beautiful village located at the edge of the cliffs in the north region of the Annapurna Range. The arid landscapes of Manang remind you of a barren desert. The culture and lifestyle of the local Manangi people, on the other hand, is vibrant and lively. Manang is called the crown jewel of the famous Annapurna Circuit Trek. You can observe the magnificent views of the snow-capped mountains, like Mount Dhaulagiri, Mount Manaslu, Mount Annapurna, and others from Manang. The gorgeous village of Manang is one of the most remote villages of Nepal. Trekkers trekking the Annapurna circuit usually acclimatise at this tranquil place. You can also take various side trips around the Manang village. Locally referred to as Himal Parikojila, or the district beyond the Himalayas, Manang, along with Mustang, lies in the rain shadow of the Annapurna and Dhaulagiri ranges, creating a unique arid landscape known as Nepal's cold desert. The Chandrashila Trek is one of the most iconic and accessible high-altitude treks in the Indian Himalayas, perfect for beginners and seasoned trekkers alike. According to one such legend, this is where Rama meditated after defeating the demon king Ravana. Another legend says that the moon god Chandra spent time here in penance. This trek is undertaken throughout the year, although during the winter season, due to snowfall, this trek becomes hard as road to Chopta is closed. Trekkers use a different route during this period. Lahaul Spiti Valley is nature's playground that captivates you with its spectacular cold desert landscape, pleasing mountain breezes. Snow-capped barren mountains, cascading rivers, thrilling adventure sports like snow leopard watching and river rafting. And a vibrant local culture and heritage enriched by Buddhist Hindu spirituality. Often called Little Tibet, you will feel it's a heaven on earth. With its breathtaking Himalayan vistas dotted with mountain cliff villages, ancient monasteries, enthralling mountain passes, and charming meadows. The journey to Lahaul Spiti Valley is like driving through a heavenly abode of snow-capped Himalayas. A cold desert with a mosaic of different shades, emerald-shaded lakes, cascading Pin and Spiti waterfalls, quaint villages, and architectural wonders of Buddhist monasteries. Lahaul and Spiti are located on the majestic Manali Leh Highway, where you will see some dazzling spectacles of natural wonders. For travellers seeking to explore this breathtaking region, finding comfortable accommodations is essential. Nestled amidst the stunning landscape, Rotang Pass hotels offer the perfect retreat for visitors to relax and rejuvenate after a day of exploration. The cultural richness and kindness of the people of Lahaul and Spiti may make you feel as warm and fuzzy as the region's breathtaking landscapes. To see the few individuals who live in the worst climates but manage to greet you with warmth and a smile is quite remarkable. The rich culture maintained by this tiny community living in outlying villages and towns is something you should not miss. Popularly known as the Trekkers' Paradise, Chandratal Lake is reckoned as the most charismatic lake situated in the laps of Himalayas. This enticing lake is perched on the Samudra Tapu Plateau, which lies in close proximity to Chandra River. Situated at an altitude of 4,300 metres, Chandratal offers the most splendid views of the Spiti region. If you're planning a trip to the Himalayas, don't miss out on including Chandratal Lake in your Spiti Valley tour. The lake is crescent-shaped, and that is how it got its name. If you are looking for a perfect blend of adventure and laid-back holidays, there could not be a better site to kickstart your journey than Chandratal. The road to Chandratal Lake takes you through treacherous trails of Batol, which will set your adrenaline pumping. Namche Bazaar is the staging point for expeditions to Everest and other Himalayan peaks in the area. It has developed into a small, colourful market town selling everything. From Tibetan artifacts to trekking, climbing equipment, and everything you might need during your trip. Despite its development, Namche Bazaar still retains its ancient culture, traditions, and heartwarming hospitality. It is wise to halt here for a couple of days to get acclimatized by walking up and down in the vicinity, as acclimatization is a slow process. The Himalayas offer a journey where nature, spirituality, and adventure come together in extraordinary harmony. Towering peaks, ancient trails, and remote villages create landscapes that feel both humbling and inspiring. Every step through this region reveals stories of resilience, faith, and a deep connection between people and mountains. From peaceful monasteries to challenging treks, the Himalayas invite travellers to explore both the outer world and their inner selves. Leaving the Himalayas means carrying home not just memories but a renewed sense of wonder and perspective.